Today we're making chicken pot pie, but not just any chicken pot pie topped with those delicious Cheddar Bay biscuits from Red Lobster. Stick around and let me show you how to make this. We're going to start by prepping our vegetables. We got a cutting board, a sharp knife, a bench scraper to scrape up everything, and a bowl for our kitchen scraps to clean as we go. First up, a nice large sweet yellow onion, 2 to 3 stalks of some fresh celery, washed and dried, 2 medium carrots, which we are going to peel, wash, and trim. Now pretty much all of our vegetables are going to get a nice small dice on them. Add them to a bowl. Now both our celery and our carrots I'm going to julienne before turning them sideways and then giving them a nice small dice, which you don't have to do. It won't affect the taste at all. It's merely there for aesthetics or for a nice presentation at the end of the dish. And that's it for our fresh prepped vegetables. Now onto the meat. For our chicken pot pie, I'm using chicken thighs, boneless chicken thighs to be more exact. And if you don't have chicken thighs, you could use chicken breast, absolutely. Now I know a lot of people, when they make chicken pot pie, like my mom, they like to boil the chicken with vegetables and then use that same stock later on in the recipe. There's nothing wrong with that. However, I am going to sear my chicken. So for seasonings, I'm keeping it extremely simple. A generous amount of kosher salt, some cracked black pepper, and a little bit of smoked paprika right over the top of these chicken thighs. Over medium-high heat, I'm placing my largest heavy bottom pot. Once that's hot, I'm adding a tablespoon of olive oil. Then our chicken thighs are going in seasoned side down. And it's very important not to overcrowd the pan here. I only got room for 2, so I'm only doing 2 at a time. We're seasoning the other side with the same seasonings as before. Then we're cooking our chicken thighs for a total of 7 minutes per side. Flip them over after 7 minutes and then let them go another 7 minutes on the other side. Once your chicken is all the way cooked through, remove that chicken to a plate or a bowl and repeat the steps with your remaining chicken thighs or chicken breast, whatever chicken you're using. Once your chicken is all done, wrap it with some tin foil, place it to the side and let it rest. Back over at the same pot with all of that yummy goodness, we're adding 1/3 cup of salted butter. Once our butter is nice and melted, we're adding in our chopped onion. Let those cook for a few minutes, stirring occasionally until those onions are nice and golden brown. Then we're adding in 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour. Stir that in and let that flour cook for a minute or 2 until it is nice and golden brown. Then while stirring, we're going to slowly add in 1/2 cup of ice cold milk. You know the saying, hot roux, cold milk, no lumps. Then we're adding in 1 3/4 cups of chicken broth. And back to what I said earlier, if you did boil your chicken for about 20 minutes with some fresh vegetables and aromatics, that is the chicken broth you could use here. Once our mixture is looking pretty smooth, we're going to add in our carrots and celery, mix that in, and then we're going to let this simmer for about 10 minutes over low heat while we chop up our chicken. Now your preference is going to dictate what you do next. You can either shred your chicken or chop your chicken. Me, I'm going to chop my chicken. I want some nice sized chunks in my pot pie. Whatever you do decide to do, you're going to need about 2.5 cups of cooked chicken or turkey. And just a reminder, the full recipe will be in the description below. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. If you're enjoying the video so far, hit me with a thumbs up or a like. And if you're new around here, please consider subscribing. It helps the channel a lot. Also, if you do want to support the channel directly, I do have memberships available now. Back to business, we are adding our chopped chicken to the rest of our mixture with 1 cup of frozen peas. Stir that in. One last thing you want to do here is taste for seasoning. Make sure it's to your liking. If it needs any salt or pepper or anything, add it now. While our pot pie mixture is resting, we are going to prepare the ingredients for the Red Lobster biscuits. Now, as somebody who worked for Red Lobster for many years, not only in the kitchen but baking too, I can confidently say that these taste exactly like the biscuits that you would get in Red Lobster. Just follow the ingredients on the back of the box. You got this. We're going to add our chicken pot pie mixture to an oven-safe baking dish. Once all your chicken pot pie mixture is in, go ahead and smooth this out. Then for the secret, not so secret step next, we're topping this with our Red Lobster biscuits. Now the box is going to tell you to bake these biscuits in a 425-degree oven for about 15 minutes. However, because these are on top of our pot pie and not on top of a baking dish, I would suggest doubling that. You want these biscuits cooked on the bottom and in the middle. So 425 degrees, check it after 20 minutes. You might need longer depending on your oven. And if you're worried about the biscuits getting too brown, you could simply take some aluminum foil, place it over the top and put it back in the oven until these biscuits are cooked through. And good God, when this comes out of the oven, you are ready for a treat. Now the biscuits will come with a little packet of garlic seasoning, and all you have to do is mix that with 1/4 cup of melted butter to create your garlic butter. Then we're going to take that garlic butter and brush it over the top of those biscuits. Now I would recommend brushing the garlic butter on top of the biscuits while the biscuits are still hot and fresh out the oven. But I would also recommend you let this sit for about 10 minutes after it comes out of the oven. Okay, it's going to give it a chance to cool down. Everything is going to thicken up. The pot pie is going to get better as it sits. After that, you are free to enjoy. Okay guys, that's it for this video. That's it for me. That's it for me in this video. I hope you enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, send this to a friend, and I'll see you in the next video.